Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. I'm excited. I get to talk to you again. Sorry I
yeah.
missed the last I guess you messaged me on Skype, but I wasn't I was having problems with my computer, so but it's okay now.
Thank you again. Unfortunately, I didn't uploaded the previous video of ours because the background of mine was not so good. So I thought to present you so good to audience and to the world.
Oh, thank you
So
so much. I appreciate you giving me another chance to talk to you. So thank you. Thank you
this
so
is
much.
this you gave me opportunity again. I should thank you.
No, that's fantastic. I'm glad we could talk again. That's great.
So this is Start, audience. Can you introduce yourself, Start?
Oh, hi. Thank you, Sacharan. My name is P.L. Stuart, and I am a Canadian fantasy author of epic fantasy and the author of the upcoming fantasy novel, which will be coming out in 2021, early 2021. Let's hope for a couple weeks, called A Drowned Kingdom. And that will be book one of the Drowned Kingdom saga uh, fantasy series.
Okay, Drowned Kingdom. What it mean? What is it based on?
Well, A Drowned Kingdom, that essentially indicates that my novel will feature a world that includes my version of Atlantis and the Atlantis myth. So my Atlantis is called Atalantics. So bit of a different wording there, but essentially that is it's my version of that tale. That's a big part of the novel.
It's a fictional story.
Yes, it's a fictional story. It's high epic fantasy, so lots of world building, lots of unique characters. You'll visit unique places. You won't be just in one setting. There'll be lots of action and drama and excitement, and hopefully people will enjoy it.
How much time you took to write this?
Well, it was certainly a labor of love. It took me 3 years to get to a final draft. So, as you know, I'm sure you've interviewed lots of writers. You write a book, and it's very rough and it's very unfinished, and then you have to keep revising it to get it good enough so that people would want to read it. So that you even before you put it in front of a professional editor that will additionally suggest changes and want you to make changes to make the novel even better, and obviously to make it perfect in terms of grammar and spelling and punctuation and all these little nuances that if you're not an editor and you don't have a professional degree in editing and things like that, then you wouldn't realize. And as an author, the hardest thing is that you become almost blind to your work. You read your work so many times, you don't notice those little mistakes. Like the word might be supposed to be T-O-O, which should be two, spelled two that way. Instead, you've spelled it T-O. And you've read that passage so many times, you've rewritten it, and you've missed that word, innumerable times. And it's just crazy how that happens. But that's why you always need a fresh set of eyes to keep looking over your work to point those things and much bigger things out to you. So.
You said that there are a lot of things like action, a lot of things are there in this book. What the effect that the person who is going to read your book, is going to feel?
Well, I hope that people will find the book interesting, thought-provoking, because I explore a lot of different themes. Themes such as racism, colonialism, misogyny, privilege. There's destiny. There's a lot of interesting themes and concepts wrapped up in there. Many of them are common themes that if you're used to reading fantasy, you'll see, and some maybe you haven't seen. So I'm hoping that again it will be thought provoking, stimulating, that people will really enjoy it.
Okay. So, writing is your full-time job or
No, I wish that's my dream one day. Hopefully, Sacharan, if you and other people buy my book, maybe that will happen. But for now, no, I work full time. But writing is my passion. That is really my main and only hobby. We kind of don't have time for much else. Well, at least I don't have time for much else other than family, work, and my regular work and writing. So writing takes up a good chunk of that, especially when you're an indie author, when you're a self-published author. You're your own business. You're an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah,
So fortunately, I have my lovely wife who's my business partner, and she
yeah.
takes care of a lot of the business marketing stuff for me. However, that I'm still involved, obviously, and there's just a lot you have to do to self promote your own book that if you're traditionally published with a big publisher, you don't have to do. So that takes up a lot of time and a lot of effort. So, but it's fun and it's certainly worthwhile.
So what do you do other than writing? What is your full-time job?
Yeah, well, I work for the government, and because I work shift work, and if you go to my website, www.plstewart.com, on my blog, I talk about, some of the challenges of writing. One blog post I did was some of the obstacles that you face, especially working shifts. You're not working a regular day job. You're working different shifts. You might start at 12 in the afternoon. Sometimes you start at 9 at night. Sometimes you start at 6 in the morning. So that presents unique challenges that some people don't have. I am thankfully managed to overcome those challenges, and will continue to overcome those challenges and continue to hopefully write fantasy that people will find worthwhile reading.
So you are a Canadian government job holder.
Yes, I live and work in lovely Canada, and I work for the government. I live in a pretty little town in southwest Ontario, called Chatham. It's about 40,000 people in the municipal area. So lovely place. Come visit. It's amazing, right? You
Yeah.
come visit one time, I'll take you around. We can have a coffee. I'll show you the neighborhood.
I'll come one day. I'm coming to Vancouver. Definitely when I visit there, I'll make a call and I'll have a coffee with you.
Oh, you're going to Vancouver? Oh, that's far
Mm.
away from where I am, my friend. That's on the way on the west coast, but Vancouver is, oh my gosh, it's an astounding place. One of the most beautiful places in Canada. Almost everything is by the water, and you'll find that it is extremely scenic. It's very picturesque. Mountains and you have to see it. I'm very excited for you. You'll love Vancouver. It's beautiful. It's
You're
beautiful.
going to see that visuals in my channel.
Oh, you'll post something about Vancouver when you go there?
Yeah. I'll
Okay, I
put
can't wait.
the.
I'll be watching
I'll
for it.
ex I'll explore the place also, not only the mines.
Okay, fantastic. I'll be watching for that. Yeah, I love Vancouver. It's a beautiful place. You will have a great time, I'm sure.
Thank you, man. And you said this is your first book that this is your debut.
This is my debut. However, it's the first in a long planned series of novels. I'm not young. I'm in my 50s. However, and I started publishing somewhat late relative to some authors. However, God willing, I have a long life and I plan to write a very extended series of works. I'd like to see in this particular vein at least, you know, 15, 20, 30 novels. We'll see, right? We'll see. But that is certainly a Drowned Kingdom, my debut novel. That's just the beginning. So of a long planned series. So I'm already working on book two. So work at it fiercely. My plan um, is hopefully to produce roughly one book in the series each year. That's one of the advantages to being an indie author. That as long as a lot of the timelines for publication depends largely on you. So if I can manage to get a proper manuscript that's ready to be revised and then published in a year's time, then I'll try and keep that tracked with publishing roughly every year, so that fans of my work don't have to wait too long to get the next book in the series.
How you're managing both, man? Yeah, you are doing full-time job and writing is not a small thing. You are taking a lot of time to write your first no novel, your first book. So it's a tough job, right?
Yes, I pace myself. There's some days, frankly, where, all writers go through this. Things like writer's block, inspiration, just isn't there. On those days, I try to do something different. In general, I try to stay active. I try to, engage in fitness, workout, talk with friends, family, go for walks, read. Yes, so, uh, yeah, in terms of shift work, yeah, there's days you're not feeling it. You're not feeling the vibe in terms of being able to put pen to paper or fingers to keyboard, so to speak, to write. On those days, I try to do something alternatively. Like as I said, reading, connecting with friends or family, exercising, going for a walk, doing something. Sometimes you need to step away from it. I find that there's days though that I can sit there, Sachiran, and I can write. I could write for days in a row. I don't want to sleep. The inspiration, the words are just flowing, on the page, and you don't want to stop. And those days, I do my best to just keep going, and write as much as I can, because you never know when you'll have a day that your mind is for whatever reasons too clogged for you to write like that. So I pace myself when I really feel like writing and the inspiration is inside of me, and it's the words are just I can't even contain the words; they're just spilling out. I write furiously and I write almost nonstop. And the days when I'm really not feeling it, I don't do it. Now that's different from some people. A lot of people find that they need to each day schedule time to write, and I totally support that view, and the people that can do it that way, that they, no matter what, they even if they're writing just a word every day, they're scheduling time each day to write. So that's fantastic. And I believe as a writer, you have to do whatever works for you, whatever method or methodology works for you to write, go that route. Use that venue. If you need to write every day, or else you find that you procrastinate too much and you'll fall off, do it that way. If you just some days, you know what, I can't do this. Life happens. Things get in the way of. I don't want to say get in the way, but people have other responsibilities, other things they have to take care of, and sometimes you just can't do it every day. However, for me, I know I don't specifically schedule time to write. I write when I'm in the mood, when my mind is clear, and when the inspiration is flowing, and obviously when I'm free to do so.
So when what I mean, when you got this thought that I have writing skills, I can tell my feelings and my thoughts and my stories through writing. Why not your vocal cord? Why you decided to be behind you don't want to show your face, just the story that you have, you just
Well,
wanted to show to the world.
well, I'm sure you may have a great voice. Maybe you're a singer.
Mhm.
Maybe you play a musical instrument, the piano, the violin, something. I have none of those talents. I'm notoriously not talented in those areas.
Mhm.
But the one thing that I felt I always could do was put something on paper that people seem to like to read. Ever since I was very young, I wrote stories. Um, my family, friends that read those stories seemed to be really enthusiastic and jazzed up about reading my stuff, and said, "You have talent. You should really think about writing." And I never explored it formally back
Uh,
then. My mother is a fantastic writer. Love you, mom. She's hopefully she'll get to see this interview at some point. However, she never published. I thought my mom, she was a great writer. She tried publishing once. She submitted a manuscript. She got a rejection letter. And as you know, typically, if you're trying to be a writer and you're submitting to be traditionally published with a traditional publishing company, normally most people can expect a lot of rejection letters until they finally get accepted and get their book published. My mom tried once and she's like, that was it. I wish she would have kept trying, because I honestly believe with her talent she would have been published today. But she's one of my biggest motivators and inspirers. I love her so much, and I believe, along with God, she's given me this talent, this ability to write. So I was determined that when I finally resolved to write a novel, I was determined I was going to let nothing stop me. I was going to publish it one way or another. The beauty of 2020 is that self-publishing, indie publishers are really emerging as, I think almost if you want to say the balance is kind of, it's equaling out in that a lot of people are, I won't say 50-50, but there are a lot of fantastic indie publishers out there alongside fantastic traditional publishers. But now there are more and more indie publishers, gaining exposure, and you can see that they write fantastic stuff. So hopefully I'm considered to be one of them one day.
So, so you're good in creating impact using the bullets called words that you have in your collection.
Yes, I think I'd like to think I can reach the reader. The way I write, I'd like to think that I think I write a fairly straightforward style. However, I'd like to think that there is enough nuance and there's enough content and that my characters especially are compelling and that the story, is exciting that will keep you reading along. I think the vast preponderance of writers, they, they'll have the best writers have everything. They have great storyline, great plot. They have fantastic characters. They have great prose. The style and the way they write is, captures the reader so engaging. Let's hope that people find that about my writing. So.
Awesome. So, at last, do you have anything to say about your upcoming book and to the audience and to the world?
Well, please, hopefully, people will buy my book. It's coming out early in 2021. Once again, the name of the book is A Drowned Kingdom, and my name is P.L. Stuart. My website is www.plstewart.com, and I have just released a teaser trailer for my book. It's on YouTube. I believe you'll like it. Turn up the volume, set your YouTube, make sure it's on HD, and watch my I believe it's a stirring teaser trailer. Gives you a little, just a little tease about the book, and hopefully gets you all pumped to read. So please, Satchiran, go to my website or Twitter or Facebook. The links are all there. Watch my teaser trailer, and hopefully that'll get you excited to buy it as well.
I will definitely buy once your book is out, and I'll definitely share all the links in the description of this video. People who watches this video can go and contact and connect with uh, uh, Stuart, and yeah, and
Thank you.
yeah. So, uh, can I? Do you have any? I mean, have you seen any previous videos of mine on YouTube?
I have. I've seen a lot of your videos. You interview one thing that I really respect and admire about you, Satchiran, is that you interview such a cross section of very diverse, um, you know, people. You interview. I saw you interview writers, military leaders, artists, musicians. You interviewed someone who I believe was involved in organized crime. You have all this, this eclectic group of people. So it's really fascinating. I watch your videos all the time. I'm like, wow, I'm amazed. I'm amazed that how you find all these people and how you connect with them and bring them on channel. But I think a lot of it's because you have such a great personality. Like you seem like such a fantastic guy. So I think people are drawn and willing to put themselves out there because when you do an interview, you're putting yourself out there. You're letting the world see a little bit about you, and that can be disquieting. That not everyone can feel comfortable with that, but I think that you have a way of putting people at ease, and that big smile of yours, and making people want to talk to you. So I know I certainly felt that way. So I think that's why you're so successful in having so many followers and so many people that are willing to sit down and talk to you about themselves.
Thank you, sir. Actually, we should our video should come out, long time back, but still, this time we made it, and I'm sure. Thank you for everything that you said. Hope I'll do my best, and I'm sure your work reaches a big number of people. So I'm sure you will continue. You will become a full-time writer in coming days. That which is your dream.
Well, thank you so much, Satran. Your prayers will help. I need prayers that I can do that because that is my dream to be a full-time writer. And thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak to you today. Yes, I know we didn't work out last time. The we're supposed to come out a while back this video, but at least we did it now. Everything happens when it's time and for a reason. So thank you so much again for speaking to me today.
Thank you so much for giving your valuable time and coming to me again.
Okay, Satran, take care. God bless. And I can't wait to see all your videos of Vancouver with you posing with the mountains and the water in the background.
Definitely, it comes soon. So take care. Be happy. Keep smiling. Do what you love.
I will. Thank you. God bless. Take care, Satran.
Take care.